Oh, hey, hi, welcome back. I know it's been a minute since I've posted a YouTube video. Hopefully everything is going back to normal and I can do that. I've had some issues, I've been busy, it was holidays, things like that, but I had some computer issues, but that's all fixed now. Hopefully this is good now and I can start posting videos again, because I am behind on a lot of things, so... yeah, so you're probably wondering, why is there a deck profile? What's going on? So I've posted a few deck profiles before. I think I have I have two hero ones. They were both after a remote regional and one after the first Toronto regional I went to. And then I have one on Phantom Knights. So I've posted a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff in the actual card game. I actually do enjoy playing. It's been very, very fun. But the last few regionals I've done, I've only played hero, and as I feel like I'm becoming a better player, and like because of the meta we're currently in, heroes just don't do it right now, unfortunately. Even though I want to play them, they just don't do it. But I competed in the Toronto Regional. I think it was about a week ago at this point. Yeah, about a week ago I competed in the Toronto Regional. There was 350 people there, and the top 48 people got an invite. I didn't have one. I didn't have an invite, so I really wanted to do my best, and I've been playing Flu this format just because, like I said, Hero's not really cutting it, but I finished 47th, so just on the cusp right there, but I got it, and I'm really happy about that. Some people might not think that's too impressive, especially because of the deck I'm playing, but you know, watching myself progress and things like that, and I think I have a few videos of like games that have been played on here. It's just, it makes me feel really good to get that invite and know that, you know, I'm a decent player. So yeah, so we played Flu. Let me move that out of the way. We ended up playing Flu. We went 6-3. We had a really good shot at going 7-2, but the last game game 3 I misplayed, unfortunately, and you know, it happens. But we played against Branded Bestial, Dragon Link, Tier, Exosister, Sprite, Nuturia Ishizu, Sprite, Exosister, and then Sprite again. Sprite is always my hardest matchup when it comes to this. I only played one Tier player and I lost to him, but went to game 3 and it was a really intense game. But yeah, so it was unfortunate. But I got the invite, that's all that matters. This deck is really, really fun to play. I know it's very, very annoying to play against, but if I'm going to be playing against Tier, I'm playing this. Like, that's just how it goes. So we're going to go main deck first. I'm not going to say there's too many spicy things going on, but there are some things I don't see people necessarily doing all the time with these decks, so maybe there's something a little spicy in here. I don't know. It's up to you. I definitely know what I would change, but I'm a little iffy on that. Yeah. So if I do play tier 2 events, tier 3 events, I think I'll be playing Flu until the format really shapes up or the cash tier stuff takes over or whatever. So yeah, so let's just start this off very, very basic. We're doing 3 Rubinas. It's, you know, your starter, so why not? You need many birds. We're doing 3 Egglin. Again, you're always gonna do 3 Rubina, 2 Egglin. 1 Street and 1 Toucan. These are the 2 worst ones, especially with the shufflers. Stree can hurt, but you also don't want it to get milled. If this gets milled, your recursion to get everything back takes a really big hit. But Toucan, really, I like Toucan. Maybe run 2 Toucan? I don't know. It's probably only 2 Stree though, but even then you don't really want to. The thing I don't see a lot of Flunder players doing is playing 2 barrier statues. I cannot explain how nice it was to have 2 barrier statues. It was so crazy to like plop 1 on the field and then, you know, have the whole set of the M-Pen with you know, the Dreaming Town, and then they go and they Dark Ruler me, or they go Battle Phase and they get rid of this. It's like, okay, they got rid of it. Flip Dreaming Town, do it, everything again, and then just drop another one and the game's over. Like, immediately. If you drop 2 Storm Winds on someone in the same, like, turn, on their turn, they get rid of one and you drop the other, it's game over. One of my boards for my win was 2 M-Pens and 2 Storm Winds, and that was after being Dark Rulered. Like, the first M-Pen and Stormwind got Dark Rulered. I just summoned another M-Pen and Stormwind and the game was over. It was really funny. But we'll do big birds. 2 M-Pen, 1 Ryza, 1 Avian. I wanted to run 3 M-Pen, but I didn't know what to cut here, just because you don't want to play too many big birds, just because this deck has a tendency to brick. Luckily I was very, very fortunate the amount of times I bricked. I only won 1 die roll the entire day. I only won 1 die roll. All the others were lost. But yeah, I was gonna run 3 Empen and then Avian in the side deck, or 3 Empen, 1 Ryzen, and 1 Avian, but I decided just to go 2 and then 1-1. It worked out. I wouldn't change it, to be honest. Like, I understand why you'd want to run 3, but for me, it just wasn't... I don't know. I just feel like I didn't need to. Then the last monsters, 3D Shifter. It's a necessary evil. This card is so good. Funnily enough, I did not do this to as many people as you would think. I did this to Tyr, and I did this to the Naturia player. Actually, no, I did do this. Out of 9 games, 9 matches, I think I D-shifted maybe 6 or 7 times. So not too bad. And like, not all my games went to 3. So yeah, I maybe shifted maybe every other game or something like that. It's just is really good. This won me a game against Dragon Link, like game 3 against Dragon Link immediately. Just because they couldn't do anything, so yeah. So that was really good. I wouldn't change the monster lineup. I think this is the way to go, if I'm being honest with you. The 2 statues and the 2 Empens and the Avian is iffy, just because if you play against Tyr, Avian is kind of useless. But I'll show you something for that later. But yeah, so we'll do spells. You run 3 map because why wouldn't you? Map plus Rabina gets you so much more value. It's insane. 3 Advents. Advent is basically your dodge card. It's essentially a better Book of Moon. Really, really good. Plus, like, for time, you know, get 500 life points. This did not come up, but something else did, funnily enough. Another time card I'm playing. So this didn't come up for time, but, you know, being able to get stuff, dodge stuff is always nice. 3 Dark Ruler in the main. Some Flu players are actually not playing Dark Ruler. I'm not gonna say I'm the Flu master by any means. I am not, but I really, really like Dark Ruler. I think it's super duper helpful against everybody, just to be able to plop this down, negate their entire board, or like even draw out the trap card from Tyr that negates. I think is really, really important. So yeah, I 3 Dark Ruler is so good. And then the pots, you play 3 of the best pots, 3 Prosperity, 3 Duality. Like I said, this deck has a tendency to brick, so sometimes you need pots. Sometimes you need the pot cards just to be able to look through everything and stuff like that. And, you know, in certain scenarios when you can rise a loop and then let's say you're running something else you really want to draw for the turn or set, and you still have Duality in your hand, you could Duality, grab that card. It's really, really good. So you can also do that through other ways as well. But yeah, 3 of the best, 6 of the best pots, because why not? You can run Extrav, but if you can afford Prosperity, I think Prosperity is better. But you could still run 3 Extrav just because you don't go into the extra deck that much, if at all. So yeah, I don't really think you need to change that at all. And then the one ofs, Terraforming and Unexplored Winds. So this is a 41 card deck. Terraforming is my 41st card. I would actually, going back, I would take this out. I saw it, but it didn't matter. I never bricked on it, which was nice, but this Terraforming never mattered in any of my games. So I would definitely, like, almost every game I was siding out Terraforming just because there was better things I needed. So in the future, I would side this out to go to the exact 40. But yeah, Unexplored Winds put in so much work. Being able to tribute over your opponent's cards and one of your monsters is so strong, so very, very strong. This card is gross. Also, being able to shuffle 2 back and draw is really, really good. Trap cards, 3 Imperms. I see a lot of people doing no Dark Ruler and then 3 Imperms instead. I wanted to have both, so I went 3 Dark Ruler, 3 Imperms, and then 3 of something else. It's really hard because I feel like maybe I wasn't getting the right things, or maybe, you know, my opponent just had the nuts hands every time. I feel like Imperm just wasn't as impactful. The most impact Imperm had was against the Naturia Ishizu player because he bricked. He summoned something, he had to get it off, I Impermed it, and I won the game. But in the future, I might have this in the side deck, if I'm being honest with you, or not at all. I realized, like, a lot of my games... so I went 1 and 2 against Sprite. And Sprite is really the only deck running a lot of hand traps, and I kept getting Impermed or Veilered on my starters. I lost game 3 just because I got Impermed on my normal summon Rubina. If I didn't and I was able to get the combo off, I would have won the game just because I had Feather Storm and everything ready to go. But yeah, Imperm, I don't feel like it's as impactful. I don't think it's as impactful. I would probably replace this with books, if I'm being honest with you. Just run 3 admin, 3 book, just so I could dodge more stuff. But yeah, we ran 3 Imperm. Didn't really see it come up that much. 3 evenly. I've seen a lot of people not run evenly sometimes. Sometimes it's like Imperm evenly or Dark Ruler Imperm, and I've seen evenly in the side decks a lot. This card is disgusting. This card is so good. There was so many games where, because I'm maining all these almost go second stuff, I always opted to go first if I had the choice, but I only went first once. So being able to evenly and then Dark Ruler and then evenly someone's entire board and then set up is so strong. I got rid of so many things. It was so good. It was so disgusting. I got Zombie World so many times, and being able to evenly the rest of their board, and then I side it into like a Cosmic, and then get the Cosmic or the other things in my side deck, and just win from there was nuts. So this card is so good. And then the one Dreaming Town, I kind of low-key want to play 2. I practiced with it a little bit, running 2, but ultimately I just went with what I knew best, which was 1. In the future, I might think of going to 2 Dreaming Town, but it does depend on how the deck shapes out, just because I think you want to keep this as close to 40 as possible. 41 wasn't bad, but yeah, I don't know. I would consider removing the Imperms, 2 Dark Rule, and then going 2 Book of Moon, maybe a Dreaming Town. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, overall, I'm happy with how the deck performed. I don't think I misplayed too much, but there was definitely things I could improve on, like always. But yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby. We'll do the extra deck, even though you don't go into it too much. I actually did go into it a few more times than I thought I would, but I don't think that's the norm. I think that's a very yeah, I don't think that's normal. But we have our Zeus package, so you got Zeus, you got Downerd, and then 3 of the Lyralisks. I never summoned these 2. I always banished them off of Prosperity, but there's definitely a time where you might need them. And then Nightingale, just get that attack in. I don't see these too often, Gustav and Lieb. You run Lieb just because you can overlay it over the Gustav after you've done 2k, but this is a time card, technically, if you have two M-Pens on the field, so yeah, if you can do it, then time them, why not? And then the links, there's a lot of links going on, so we'll start at the bottom. So Anima just punishes bad board placement. Didn't really come up, but yeah. Nightmare Phoenix just to bounce something back. Arya the Water Charmer is not a bad card. It's literally just to steal anything from graveyard, and especially because it's an easy prosperity target if your opponent's not playing anything water, so it's an easy one. Same thing with Dark, and same thing with Win. All of these can easily be prosperityed out depending on what you were doing. I did, the idea with Win is to steal a Baron, so, and then Dark steals stuff as well, so you can always do that. Selene isn't too bad. Selene, basically, this is a board state where you have D-Shifter in the grave. You link climb up, grab the shifter, link that off, access code, there you go, and then we're playing the Underworld that didn't come up. As far as things I summoned in this in here, I summoned these 3, probably the most, and then yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, I just summoned these 3 the entire day. It was just these 3, but there's extra stuff here and there's utility here if it's needed, so that's why we ran that. And then the side deck I was really happy with. I wouldn't change anything really, so really happy with it. We have the other unexplored win, so we side 1 just in case for the Flu Mirror. We never played against another Flu player, so yeah, but I did side this in once actually. I sided this in game 3 against the Sprite player I beat. I sided this in and it actually came in handy. So yeah, 2 D-Fissure. Dimension Shifter is such a good card, just run 2 more copies. Why not? So, obviously there's only monsters, but yeah, I think that was pretty solid. Back row hate, just because this deck auto loses to Dark World, or Zombie World rather. 2 Lightning Storm, 3 Cosmics, and a Feather Duster. Yeah. Lightning Storms I didn't side in all day. Cosmics and the Feather Duster were almost sided in every single game. Just because everyone could side in Zombie World against you. So I usually sided in these 4 were almost guaranteed for game 2, and then if we did go game 3, I would take out the Feather Storm or the Feather Duster and have the 3 Cosmics. So yep, that's that. 1 Trap Trick with 3 Feather Storms. Feather Storm is such a broken card. It is one of the best cards in the game. It is just so good, and then 1 Trap Trick just because it's a 4th copy. Feather Storm is such a good card. It's like disgustingly good. One of my games against Exorcister, we won game 3 against the Exorcister player. Somewhat bricked. We were going second, obviously, and I needed 1 more space in my main deck just because I sided out a lot of things. Just because Exorcister doesn't care about Dimensional Fissure or D-Shifter and stuff, so I sided in 1 copy of this, and I drew it, and this ended up winning me the game and taking me to the top tables. You know, to even get that invite. So this card is so good. And then, like I said, Trap Trick is just a 4th copy. That's that. I wouldn't really change that. So other things I was talking about. So we sided 1 extra Ryza. Basically, the thought process is if you're playing a tier player, you side out the Avian and go into a second Ryza. Just because Ryza is very, very important. So if 1 gets milled, that sucks. But if you have the second one, it's not too bad, you know, and not a lot of people are expecting it. So I've thought of having this in the main deck and then siding the Avian. I don't think you can go wrong either way. It's just the issue is Avian is really good in an open game state, but it's not good against tier. It's never good against tier, so you always want the second Ryza. But yeah, and then the last card, the last time card, is the Air Hummingbird. This was sided in once and it won me a game. It won me a round in time, so we take that. Just because, you know, if in Flu, right, if you don't get the Advent, you have no other time card, really. I guess you can go to Gustav, but that's a whole setup. This can be searched off Robina, just because Robina searches the level 4 or lower Wing Beast monster. I think it's like Wind Wing Beast. Or is it just... No, I think it's just Wing Beast, right? I'm pretty sure it's just Wing Beast. Yeah, you can just want level 4 or lower. So you add this normal effect, you gain 500 life points for each card in your opponent's hand, and you extend your handshake. So this came up. I would not take this out personally. I think this is really, really good, and I think it's really, really funny. So that's why we play it. But yeah, overall, not too bad. I had a lot of fun. Just a very draining day, but I had a lot of fun, and I'm really impressed with how the deck performed, especially because going into the event, I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself in this event, but you know, we clutched it up, got 47, good enough for an invite, baby. Don't know if we're gonna go to Worlds, but it's nice to have the option. It's nice to have that invite. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below, or anything else teched out that you saw, or hey, if you were at the Toronto Regional as well, even if you're at any other regionals, let me know how you did. But yeah, gonna get back on track of making content and stuff like that, because I really missed it. Just wasn't able to, unfortunately. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have yourself a good day. Stay safe. Yeah, peace.